guys, and welcome back. This is Craft with Fluff or Throwaway Modeler. And today I have another box review. Today I'm reviewing Revell's newest Spitfire Mark 5B. It's in 1/72 scale. It came out last month in February of 2018. It's a completely new tool, so I'm very excited to show it. It has 42 parts and it's about 15 centimeters all around. The box art is very pretty indeed. It is made by Daridos, Daridos, and it features the Spitfire in a dogfight with an Anton, it looks like. The sides are classic Revell. Yeah. On the back side, you can see the finished model, painted, all the sprues, all the colors you will need for the model, and a little bit of the data about what is in the kit and what isn't. So yeah, let's get into it. Inside the box we are greeted with the instructions, which are in full color, thankfully, a small decal sheet with parchment paper for protection, and a single bag for plastic parts. So let's take a look at the parts first. The sprues are separated into two larger sprues, two smaller sprues, and one clear sprue. So let's take a look at the big one first. So yeah, this one contains, of course, all the big parts, more or less. It has the fuselage parts and the upper wing. The fuselage parts have recessed panel lines and some riveting here and there, though it is not all everywhere, unlike, for example, Edward model kits. As you can see. Though I have to admit, I'm quite surprised by the quality that Revell has showed in this model. The wings are also recessed. They do have some small rivets here and there, as you can see right here. Now, why am I surprised? Because of this. The amount of detail that is shown in the inside of the cockpit is amazing, in my opinion, for 1/72 scale. It is really unlike anything Revell has showed us before. So yeah, here you can also see the panel, which is completely detailed. They do include a decal for that, I think. So yeah, the wheels, you have two versions of the wheels. I think this one is for the Mk1 version and this is for the Mk5 version. So yeah, all really nice all around. The second sprue, which is the second largest, doesn't have a lot of parts, only the wingtips and yeah, the lower wing. It is completely recessed and does have some small riveting, but it is not completely riveted. I wish they did rivet it completely, but I'm not saying that this is bad at all. This is actually really nice. The paneling is completely in scale. It is not too deep, it is not too shallow. It's going to be perfect for a light wash, I can tell you that. So moving on to the last two smaller sprues. This one contains all the bits and pieces for the flaps and exhausts and whatnot. The detailing is excellent here as well. No, absolutely no complaints. I'm very looking forward to this kit. It's quite nice indeed. Here we have the spinner, and I think this is for the extra fuel tank below, but I'm going to check in the instructions for that. This side, nothing much. So let's move on to the clear parts. And the clear parts, as Revell usually does, are absolutely amazing. Completely clear. They will look very nicely. Whoop. Yep. Focused. They look very nicely on the model. And I presume they will be easy to paint, as most Revell canopies are. So yeah, let's move on to the instructions. The instructions, as I already said, are in complete color. Um, on the first few pages, you have your normal, like classic stuff, what you should do. This is mostly for beginners, since this is a level 3 plane after all. Here are the required colors. You can pause if you wish to read a bit more about them, just so you know. So let's get started. Revell always have an overview of all the parts needed to build the model kit, and the building is quite straightforward. You assemble the cockpit, put the cockpit inside, assemble the wings, put the wings. The instructions are clear, though you have to do some research about which wing tips you are going to use. Yep, as I said, for the extra fuel thing this is, or the exhaust, I'm not sure anymore. Well, here's actually where my only problem stands with this model kit. It only features one camouflage for the 303rd Polish squadron. I'm not saying it's a bad, it's actually a quite good camouflage, and I'm very happy that they're showing the Polish squadrons some new sight here and there. But that's the only camouflage, that's the only version you can make, and that's not really what I really like about it. I like to have at least 2 or 3 versions. So, though I do like that it is on 2 pages, so it's quite easy to read. So, moving on to the decals. The decal sheet is very simple since, of course, one plane only. The decals are matte and should conform very easily since they are made by cartograph in reality, printed in Italy. What I do like about decals is that they do include the control panel and actually the seat belts. So if you don't use the footage parts, if you don't use any footage from Revell, from Edward, you can always use the decals. So yeah, very nice indeed. So let's wrap this up. So you heard my thoughts. I find this a great model for the price. It only costs €7.5 in Germany. I've bought this in Muller, so yeah. Where I recommend it? Hell yes. Why? Because it's simple. It's a fun build. It's a Spitfire. You can't go wrong with a Spitfire, and it features a Polish squadron, which is nice as well. The only downside I found is the lack of other camouflages, but I can forgive them that as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this small review, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.